Hi, Bad Gamer here, and today with something new. It is Friday, and I wanted to talk about the gaming news from the past week. Things that I wanted to talk about anyway. I thought that I can have this here on the channel and have a discussion with you guys in the comments to hear what you guys think and, just generally what's going on in the gaming world. And I picked my favorite topics and I share them with you, kind of like a newsletter, so to speak. Straight from the masked hero that is protecting the gaming universe. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is a big rumor. And why is the rumor big? Because it's surrounding God of War, okay? One of the biggest franchises out there. One of the most beloved characters ever seen, Kratos, where we, embarked his journey from going from Greece all the way to Northern mythology. So now the rumor... So take this with a healthy skepticism right there. It is a rumor that the next God of War will be in Egypt. And actually a few things have already hinted towards that. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but in 2018 there were actually some artworks online where, we saw Kratos being in that setting of Egypt. And it would also actually make sense, there were some interviews where people asked about the possibility, etc. But of course, game developers are really quiet, and Cory Barlog probably is already thinking for the next step, because we don't know where the story will go with God of War 3 from the new reboot, I guess. But again, it wouldn't be much of a surprise, but take this with consideration. It is just a rumor that popped up this week, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Let me know in the comments, like, what do you guys think? Is Egypt like a good idea, or is it too cliche? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Now let's jump to the next topic. The next topic, the world's favorite topic, GTA 6. Okay, there's been so many rumors and so many things about it, with the most recent one actually being, will it cost $100 or not? I don't know. Would you buy it for $100? That's the question. I probably would either way. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments. But that's not the topic I want to talk about today. I want to talk about something that is probably a little bit more clear, because many people actually ask, how will GTA 6 run on your console? Okay. Many people say, like, with the PlayStation 5 Pro, with the people that I talk to, my friends, etc., they're like, yeah, like with the PlayStation 5 Pro, it should definitely run on a 60 FPS. I personally have always been very skeptical about this. And now there was actually a podcast where a previous Rockstar animator actually spoke, and they asked him about like what he thinks about the criteria and like if the game will actually run in 60 FPS. And he said, most likely not. They will probably target a steady 30 FPS threshold without any dips, because if you think about it, right, Red Dead Redemption 2 that was released 6 years ago is still not available in 60 FPS on consoles today. On a PlayStation 5 Pro, you still play Red Dead Redemption 2 in a locked 30 FPS. Now later on, probably with PC releases, etc., there will be probably better versions out there where you can play it in 60 FPS. But as he confirmed my thoughts too, and well, it's not confirmed yet, obviously. I mean, it would be amazing if we could actually see GTA 6 to run at 60 FPS. But I have doubts, and the animator also had doubts, so I don't know. I thought that was an interesting thing to share with you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Will it run in 60 FPS? I mean, I'll play Red Dead Redemption 2 in 30, man, and I had no issues at all. I thought it was, till today, one of the most beautiful games I've ever played, regardless of like how many frames we got from that game. Now, another thing I wanted to sneak in here for all the movie lovers out there, or TV show lovers, whatever. Well, I'm always skeptical with gaming adaptations, etc. But there are news that there is a Beyond Two Souls. Who remembers Beyond Two Souls? Ellen Page, or actually no, Elliot Page, I think it is now. Things change so quickly. They confirmed that they're working, or it's in very early development, for a Beyond Two Souls TV adaptation, TV show adaptation. So yeah, I don't know. I really like the games, and I think they're fun to play whenever they came out. They were the new graphical impact, something that we'd never seen before. And really like the genre they introduced to the broader audience was actually pretty successful, if you ask me. So I can really see that there's like many people that really like Beyond Two Souls and its franchise, because like I said before, it was very new and very different whenever it released. Now, if you can translate that or transfer that to the TV screen is yet to be seen actually, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Now let's jump to the major big corporations and companies right here. Xbox versus PS5. I don't know. If you ask me, I don't think that's a thing anymore. And Xbox really kind of like talked about it, that they obviously cannot compete with the PlayStation 5 at this point anymore. But interestingly enough, Xbox was December's biggest publisher, alright? But what happened too is that 64% of its sales were on PS5 and PS4. So they're going recently with this like new rebranding of Xbox. Everything can be an Xbox. You can play Xbox everywhere, etc, etc. But at the same time, there was an interview where they asked Phil Spencer on like what they think would be the future for the hardware in the Xbox realm. And he actually, you know, said things as in like still strongly believing in the Xbox Series S, even though publishers, for example, Larian Studios with Baldur's Gate 3 saying that they had to cut, or like they had to delay the game for so long, and one of the reasons was because Xbox Series S. So at the end when they released it, they didn't implement the feature to have a split screen option, right? Because the console didn't really support that, or didn't have like the power to support that. The same thing happened with Black Myth Wukong, right? The game was delayed for such a long time for the Xbox because the developer said it is very difficult to make this thing run on an Xbox Series S. Nonetheless, Phil Spencer had actually something very interesting to say here. He said that even though the console is not as powerful as others, we can look at other markets, for example, in the handheld market, where, you know, like a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally is not as strong, but still can compete within the market because there's a specific group of people that, you know, are targeted to buy these, and the games run pretty smoothly. Now, I'm a culprit here as well, because I cannot afford, you know, to have the entire gaming impact, even though I would love to. Instead of buying an Xbox Series X, I bought an Xbox Series S because it was the cheaper option, right? I didn't want to miss out on Xbox titles, especially whenever the console's released. I really thought that most of the games will be sold separately. And I played a lot on the Xbox Series S, and I have to say, even though it can't hold up with the PlayStation 5 in terms of, you know, power and graphical fidelity and all of that, I still had fun playing the games, because a game is always fun, right? It's never necessarily on how it looks, it's how it plays and the world that the developers, you know, want to show you. I have played Indiana Jones, and I think it was incredible, even though I didn't play it on the PlayStation 5. It was a perfect love letter to the Indiana Jones, or to Indy himself. And I felt that way not because the graphics were amazing, but because the story were told perfectly, and it ran beautifully on my Xbox Series S. So I thought that's a really interesting thing to say. He also confirmed actually that they were working on a handheld console, but they're still very many years away from actually releasing that. So yeah, here's that. Xbox doesn't want to give up on the Xbox Series S. But again, I don't know how happy developers are about this. As a consumer, I'm quite happy, but at the same time, would it be the same for me playing things on the Xbox Series S for a long time in the future? I don't know. I don't know how future-proof it is, but for right now, I'm having fun. What do you guys have? Do you play with like a Xbox Series S or PC? I mean, PC is probably the best thing, but yeah. Now, last but not least, who remembers the whole Helldivers need a PlayStation account, a PSN account to play it on PC situation? There was a big thing a few months ago where PC players were suddenly required to have a PSN account in order to play Helldivers. Well, Sony seems to listen because now, after a big PC backlash, so to speak, PSN accounts will become optional for PC players for some of the games. Actually, let me list them down, which games are affected here. So they have Marvel Spider-Man 2, they have God of War Ragnarok, and they have The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. So these games will not require PSN accounts. Nonetheless, if you actually have one, it will give you in-game benefits or in-game rewards, in a sense. I don't know what to think about that. I think you should just go buy the game and play it on any console that you wish where it's available on. I don't like the fact that you always have an account that has to be tied to some corporation or tied to somewhere, really. In the end of the day, as a consumer, you just want to buy a product, go home, and enjoy it, right? And every time I think about these things, like when I want to boost up a game and then they ask me for my email address and then I have to go through that, I'm always like, oh, guys, come on. I just want to play the freaking game, you know what I mean? I don't think we can escape that, unfortunately. Yeah, but PlayStation seems to kind of listen. The games are pretty limited, but still, one of the best-selling games. And if you're interested or if you're a PC gamer, I think that's really good news for you. So yeah, that's it for me. I summarized everything that happened this week that I found interesting. Now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this whole thing? Will you buy GTA 6 if it runs on 30 FPS? Would that be like a, no, I don't want to, no way, you know? Or about this whole God of War thing? Do you think it's a good idea to go to Egypt, or... I don't know, I was thinking maybe it's also cool if like Atreus actually goes back to Greece and revisits things that Kratos did before. I don't know, just an interesting thought. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video, it would really help me out. Just push the like button and hit the subscribe button if you want to hear more. I'm gonna be here, I won't leave. And yeah, Bad Gamer out.